I kept hearing in my comments that he got too many turnovers and he's hurting the team. Well, cry me a fucking river. Cry, because who has the most turnovers on the squad? I'll wait. There's criticism, there's hate, and then there's what's happening to LeBron James right now. Because we've officially reached a point that we're no longer reacting to basketball. We're reacting to how we personally feel about LeBron James' existence. And for me, if a 41-year-old putting up elite numbers in basketball today in his 23rd season turns into a negative, then yeah, the hate has definitely gotten out of control. Come on in here, let's talk about it. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. While you in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified every time Her Takes uploads a new video. All right, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because I did a video the other day about my thoughts on LeBron becoming an all-star. And boy, the comments, what I view as hate. Because for this man to have put up the numbers that he has consistently year after year, and you guys still find a way to bring hate towards him based on the way that he's playing in his 23rd season at age 41. And most of what I'm hearing is that he's not putting enough defensive effort, in your opinion. Let's take a peek and see what's up with his defense on his team. Not in the league, on his team. Now, I'm not going to lie. I wished I had pulled these numbers up the other day when I first started looking it up through my phone. This is on StatMuse. I don't know their credibility, but I think it's pretty relevant. If anybody knows a better way that I can pull up these numbers, let me know in the comments, because I'm interested to see, because of all of the hoopla that I got about this man's defense, I would really like to see where you all pulling your numbers from. But when I looked at it the other day, he was actually number one. He had the best defensive rating on his team the other day. Now, I don't know who this Chris Manon is. I don't know. Only played 5 games. Not going to really count him. So that'll move Bron up to number 6. And then even this Abdul Thiero, he's only played 16 games. We're going to take him out. So in my opinion, Bron is currently the 5th best defensive player on his squad. And to me, that's where it starts. I saw numbers like he's 400 and something in the league defensive rating. Where do we pull those numbers at? Because Lord knows I tried. I tried to see a listing of all NBA players in the league so I could see where LeBron fell. I couldn't maneuver that. Maybe I could have asked ChatGPT. Maybe it would have pulled it up for me. I don't know. But I didn't see those numbers. So I was like, well, let me just look on his team, because that's where it starts, on his team. Everybody give Luka and Austin Reeves so much praise. LeBron need to be off this team, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The man is good. He's even higher than Austin Reeves. And to say he didn't deserve to be an all-star, he's played 35 games, and Luka has played, 42? So he's only 5 games under Luka. Like, I don't get it. One person made a comment. I'm not going to say everybody misunderstood my take on how the league can fix this going forward. I do feel that it'd be good for veteran players to be able to come. Not that they're on the all-star team. That's not what I was saying at all. But for him to be able to come and make that visit as a veteran player who's made their way. Right. And I even said it, so I don't know how the guy, now that I think about it, misunderstood. If they did that, that'll open, because I said in the previous video, if they did that, that would open up a spot for somebody else to be there, like a Dylan Brooks. I feel like Dylan Brooks deserved to be there. He has definitely played his heart out. He's put his blood, sweat, and tears in this game. He's a beast. He's a machine. So if LeBron's not knock somebody like him out, then my thinking of, okay, 20 plus year vets that have sustained their stats over the season and played at a high level like LeBron has, then yeah, invite them. Not that they're going to be on the squad. They can sit on the bench. Not that they're going to take up minutes from somebody. To just have them there to enjoy the festivities. Give them something to do while they're there. I don't know what that could be. It's just something off the top of my dome. But I felt the need to explain that because someone said, you being a fan of his, why would you want him to have an honorary nod? No, not that I just want him to just be given a sympathy nod because he's old, but I just feel like that's something that they can add to it for players that are still in the league. Who was drafted with him that's still in the league from 2003? Obviously nobody. So it is an accomplishment. That's all I'm saying. Somebody put in the comments, well, look at his plus minus. He's not helping the team when he's on the court. Okay, I give you that. Plus minus needs some work. He's a starter. Plus minus definitely needs to be better. But let's look at DeAndre Ayton. He's a starter as well. His plus minus need to be better. Jake LaRadia, he's a starter. His plus minus need to be better. He got the worst plus minus on the team. It needs to be better as well. So let's talk about everybody. And yeah, I do have some leeway for Bron with him being 41 years old in his 23rd season. You know, sometimes you got to be smart. Sometimes you got to lay back on defense. He's thinking about, the future, I believe. I believe he is. He's thinking about how can I capitalize and stretch out my longevity. So he probably don't go as hard on defense as he should. And it sucks for teams. But that's not for us to ding him for. He's put out his body of work. We're witnessing his greatness. That's for those coaches to say, okay, LeBron, let's sit you down. We think you need to come off the bench. We think we need to have someone else handle the ball. Maybe, perhaps. I don't think so, but it's not all his fault is what I'm saying. They got to have some accountability as well to make decisions and pull those strings. But I think a lot of it has to do with contracts. The man making $50 million a year, so he got to be out there. And if that's the case, then he got to find a way to pull through and play better defense. I think he can. He shows flashes of it. He just need to do it more. I agree with everybody on that. That one I agree on. But this next one, let's take a peek. I kept hearing in my comments that he got too many turnovers and he's hurting the team. Well, cry me a fucking river. Cry. Because who has the most turnovers on the squad? I'll wait. 179 turnovers. This man has 72 turnovers more than LeBron. So, Austin Reeves has 92. That's gonna happen when you're ball dominant and you're handling the ball a lot, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, I don't understand the hate towards LeBron. I really, really don't. The man has the resume. He's put out his numbers, and to me, he's done his thing. But to hear people say he's not contributing to the team, it makes me question where you are. Seriously, rebounding, team rebounding. He's up there in the mix, but he's not contributing to his team. He's hurting his team. He's second in points scored on his squad. Second in points scored. Second in assist. What else? What else y'all want to talk about? Fourth in blocks. I don't know what else to say. Steals. He not contributing to his team. He not contributing. How can you think that? He hurting his team. He's one of the leaders in every stat. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Listen, I'm not here to crown LeBron as GOAT. I have him as my number 2. I'm not even here to argue with those that have Kobe, Bird, Magic, or Kareem as their number 2, and they got LeBron further down. I'm not here to even argue that. I'm not. I get it. But those of you that have put in my comments that he's not top 10, he's not even in the top 50. Yes, I've read those comments. I feel like we get to a point that when topics of LeBron is discussed, we're detached from reality. You know, he become the leading scorer. All these stats that he's up there in, now he's labeled as a stat patter. He gets a chip for the Lakers. Oh, it's a bubble ring. It's always something. And it kind of reminds me the level of hate that I feel that's spewed against LeBron because he is successful. He is still playing at a high level at age 41, 23 seasons in. And he's a billionaire on top of that. It reminds me, and I'm just being authentically real right now. It reminds me of a movie that I saw, Malcolm X. And when that cop said, when he saw Malcolm directing those people, and that cop said, that's too much power for one man to have. I believe some people feel that way about LeBron, so they spew all that hate on him because that's just too much power for one man to have. Hey, I'm being real. I should be able to make videos about LeBron and whoever I want to make them about without all the hate that I get. When you get to, it's no longer about basketball and you're talking about, you know, his personal appearance, people calling him names. Like, what are we talking about? It should be about basketball. And, you know, I just feel like we're not comparing apples to apples when we talk about LeBron because we ding him for things that we give other people passes on. And when I notice people doing that, that's when I gotta say something. You know, do his antics get on my nerves? Yes. His antics are top tier. No one has bigger antics than LeBron James. No one. So I get it. It gets on my nerves. You know, the interview he did the other day pissed me off when he said we're not a championship contending team. That's no way for a leader to speak about their team. It's just not. You know, no matter what you're thinking or whatever, you got to always remain positive about the guys you're going out to battle with. You got to. It almost gives whining, like I'm whining. You know, all the seasons where people say he's always asking for more help, that type thing. You know, so I just wanted to come and speak my piece because I got tired of going back and forth with folks in the comments. I just want to make a video about how I really felt about LeBron James and the hate that he receives. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. As always, stay safe. On to the next one.